Welcome to the first episode of STEM Ahoy, everyone. We are so excited you are here live from, well, my backyard. We're so excited you're here for our very first challenge, Submarine Simple Machine. Shout out really quick to ODU VMask. Whoop. Thank you for letting me host this on your site and my program, Digital Shipbuilding. Today we are going to build a submarine and a simple machine to help lift that submarine up and down for repairs. Really quickly, for those of you who don't know about an engineering design process, that's what we're going to be doing today. It's a little bit different than, let's say, an experiment because the process is iterative. So for my teachers and my students and my families out there who don't know what that means, really it's a process that's ongoing. Most of the time we see this as a circle that goes around. You can see on the left-hand side of the video is the Virginia Department of Education's engineering design process. And really all it means is you're gonna go through a couple steps to complete the challenge. My favorite thing about all of these challenges is you can space it out if you want to. So for example, the first step usually is research and brainstorming. So your kids can hop on the internet, research some things. The next is make a model and draw a sketch. So as I'm going through the challenge this morning, watch this video, do your research, go on, grab a piece of paper and sketch out your designs. The next we're gonna be doing in a minute is making a model. The great thing about, again, the engineering design process is you can go back to research. You can go back to making your model. You can make alterations of your design. So make sure that you are looking at the graphic to the left as you complete your challenge. My favorite thing as a teacher, what I did was connect any challenge that I did to a story. So this week's story, I'm not going to read it to you. Actually, down below the link to me is a read aloud to this story. So the story for this week is called Papa's Mechanical Fish. And if you look closely at the front cover of this story, Papa is actually creating a submarine. Hence our challenge, Submarine Simple Machine. What I love about this story, and for all of my future engineers out there, Papa doesn't give up. He shows his daughter grit and determination as he continues to fail over and over and over again. And really, that's a part of the engineering design process. You make a mistake, you fix it. You want to change something, fix it. You want to add a material, add it in. So, enough talk about it. Please make sure you read this story. If you have it, it's on Amazon, or again, you can read and follow along with the read aloud video down below this link. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, you're gonna be making a submarine simple machine. The reason why I started with this exact challenge is because our wonderful partners at Huntington Ingalls Industries, Newport News Shipbuilding, Virginia Ship Repair Association, and all of the great different shipbuilding and repair industries and Hampton Roads have helped design this challenge. So thank you guys for helping out with this. So parents, here's a quick little hint. You can actually make this challenge a competition. If you have multiple students in your house, what you can do is break them up into teams. So you're really going to be doing two different designs in this challenge. One, you'll be making a submarine. The other one, you'll be making a simple machine to raise and lower that submarine. My favorite thing to do in the classroom was I would have one group of students go make the submarine on the team and the other half make the simple machine. They came together and realized, oh, our submarine might need to change the design to fit the raising and lowering pulley mechanism on the rescue device. So the great thing with this, again, you can change and modify everything. So let's get down to this. I'm gonna first start with the submarine. So as you can see here, I have some materials. Make sure you check out the resources below because I do have some things listed on there like aluminum foil. You can also use a water bottle or an empty toilet paper roll because we all know with COVID-19, we have a lot of empty toilet paper rolls. So I'm showing you a few here. I chose some cardstock just because it's a little bit more durable than regular paper, but if you have construction paper, regular paper, perfectly fine. Of course, some scissors. I have a bendable straw, and I'll show you why that's important in a moment. I have some rubber bands, some popsicle sticks, and some tape. If you have hot glue at home, use that. If you have masking tape, use that. If you have duct tape, use that. Again, one of my favorite things about these challenges is you can use household items. So parents, please do not go out and buy things from the store to complete these challenges. All right, here we go. So I did some research after I read the story, and the great thing about the story is, for especially my younger kiddos, as you go through the story, students can get examples of designs for their simple machines. So I found this page and I thought, that's pretty neat, because it actually entails some of the STEM career pathways that are linked to this challenge, like a welder who puts and almost glues different parts of metal together, and a ship fitter who actually puts together pieces of the ship. So I'm gonna use this design as my background for my model. So I tried this before, so my prototype looks more like an origami submarine. But again, you can use an empty water bottle if you want, a 2-liter bottle from Old Coke, whatever you want. So I'm gonna first start with my cardstock, and I love the color blue, so I'm gonna start with this. My simple origami submarine, I'm gonna first make a couple folds. One to make sort of that triangular point for my submarine. I'm gonna come onto the other side and do the same thing. So please note this, parents, your kid's design does not need to be just like mine. Let them do their own thing. Let them have that creativity flow, my pirates. Arr! All right, so I'm gonna now make sort of the body or the hull of the submarine. So I'm gonna just make a couple simple folds on one side and a couple on the other. And then I'm gonna just take a couple pieces of tape. A good thing that I usually do is just put some pieces of tape on the outside. All right, so very simple. I'm gonna round sort of my edges. Doesn't have to be perfect, because again, once I'm done with my submarine, I might realize that I need to change a part of my design as I make the rescue or simple machine device. So really quickly here, just gonna cut a couple pieces of tape, pop that guy out there a little bit. Obviously, mine is not rounded as my submarine is here, but the great thing to note when you're doing your research is question your students and your kids about the design that they're seeing in the picture. Can they make alterations? Well, I know I can make this a little more rounded, but I also see that we need to have this top portion of my submarine. So I'm gonna take a different color, and keeping with sort of my origami shape, I'm gonna make a couple cuts and some folds. One great thing, this activity, you can make it stretch to a week. One day, have them do their research. The next day, have them trace and sketch their design. The next day, have them make their model. So really, parents, this could stretch out for days and days. One of my favorite things to do when I was in the classroom was make pop-ups with my kids. So some of the challenges that we did, they learned how to make, think about a pop-up book. The materials popped up at you. So I'm gonna make a rounded cut here, and again, we're just going quickly here. I'm trying to make this little part for Papa to pop up and take a look out of his periscope. I'm gonna take this part of the cylinder, just gonna fold it. So something else that's fun for you crafty kiddos, make some designs with it. Put some little portholes in there for your submarine sailors to kind of peek through. But I do want to really quickly make the little portion for Papa to poke out and take a look through his periscope. Very, very rough design. I have one I worked on a little bit yesterday. So I have some portholes. I have the component where Papa's gonna pop up. You can also add some propellers. Use any materials that you have from home. The one thing I want to mention is in these videos, I'm never going to show you an end design. because really we don't want students copying what I'm doing. I want them to use their own creativity. So if theirs does not look like this, that's probably a good thing. A water bottle, again, is a great one to start with. So there's my little submarine. The second part of this challenge is to make this simple machine rescue device. So pulling in some Virginia SOLs here, simple machines are different things to help make you do work. So there's 6 of them: incline plane, pulley, screw, wedge, and a lever. One part of the criteria of this challenge is your machine cannot be taped to a table. It has to be able to move as needed. So I'm gonna just use a piece of paper for mine. Talking with my engineering buddies at Newport News Shipyard, shout out Gary Ardbridge, and fellow engineers, I'm gonna take some popsicle sticks because I know that out of my materials, this is the strongest piece of material to use. But something I learned talking to my engineering buddies is the strongest geometric shape is a triangle because it doesn't have any weak sides. So I'm gonna use that idea to make mine. Again, what you can do at home is research some different pulleys and some different cranes or different pieces of machinery that raise and lift things. So I'm starting with my base. Knowing that I need a triangle, what I'm gonna do is take 2 popsicle sticks and tape them at the top, which for a simple machine, the point that holds a lever together is called a fulcrum. It holds it together in place. So here's my triangle. So now I'm just gonna simply tape it to the bottom of my rescue device. So a little bit of tape here. Again, you can use hot glue for this. I've also seen some designs where some people use straws for the actual structure part of their device. So, first part of my machine is there because in this design, you want to be able to have your crane or your rescue device raise and lower your submarine for repairs out of the water, which is something that Papa does in the story. He has to constantly change and repair his design. So again, I'm just taking tape and looping it around. You can obviously make this much prettier than I'm doing. Same thing again. I'm gonna take it to the bottom and just tape it around like so. There's my fulcrum and my lever. But I'm not gonna make it a lever as a simple machine. I'm gonna tape it down so it's sturdy. Right now, this kind of looks like a swing to me, like a swing set that if we weren't having to deal with COVID-19, we all be swinging in playgrounds. But hey, here's our mini playground here. So I'm not done with my design. I wanna make a part where, almost like a bridge, to have it come across so that way I have a platform for my device to be raised and lowered. So I'm gonna make just a simple bridge with my popsicle sticks. Just gonna tape them up here. Oh, but wait a second. It's not gonna stay up. So I could research, take a look at some things that I can do to solve this problem, or I can problem solve now. I know that I have some popsicle sticks, so I can maybe strengthen the sides of my rescue device. And there you see those triangles again. I can make it so that way I tape that so my bridge can hold there. So I'm gonna show you right now a really quick design I made yesterday. Completed right here. All I did was add that part right there to attach for the little bridge and put it right here. So the next step in creating my simple machine rescue device is I need to figure out how to raise and lower my submarine. What's really cool is these bendy straws. So one thing that I don't have at home, but you can be creative, I do have some ribbon. What I can do is, I want the ribbon or the string to be attached to the straw. So when I rotate the bendy part of the straw, which all I did was I took it, pulled it out, bent it, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I can wrap string around the straw and simply rotate it. Kind of neat. You can come up with your own idea. So again, I'm not going to show you the full design because I want you to come up with your own. But the idea is, you would take your device, you would put your simple machine or your submarine lower on the ground. You'd have your string attached to the submarine because it's not going to go anywhere if you don't have it attached. Twist your lever, twist it at the fulcrum, so that way the string, as you pull, will raise and lower your simple machine. I'm really, really excited to see what you all come up with in this challenge. So again, make sure you check out the links below. Below my video and the read aloud are free resources for you to download. We have the Engineering Design Challenge Overview, which has all of the subjects and educational correlations like physics and math, so you can measure the distance of how far your submarine raises and lowers. Of course, the 5 C's, shout out, woohoo! Also, there's other extension activities where you can continue building if you really like this activity. There's directions, and my favorite, there is a sheet on background information on simple machines and actually the history of some submarines. Before we go today, I want to shout out a couple amazing kids. First is Colton Heitzer, also Colton and Kylie Tice, Jordan Baker, Ellie Patterson, and so many more. If you want to shout out for these activities, tag us at ODUVMask and me at Classroom Rescue. Those are 2 zeros if you want to shout out. But my favorite thing, boys and girls, is at any age, take a picture of yourself completing the challenge, testing your machine, tag us in your videos or your pictures, and you are going to be entered into a drawing for a really cool tech prize. Submit every week. Your name will keep adding into the hat, so at the end you might be able to win some amazing prizes. Okay, so I went really fast today. I hope you enjoyed everything. Give me a shout out, and I cannot wait, my fellow pirates, to see what you do. Make a science splash this week. Arr!